Hello everybody and welcome to episode 50 of Dine and Roguelikes. Today we are looking at Angband, and this is Angband version 4.1.0. It is a game that has come a long way since I first started playing it. A little bit of history of me in this game. I first started playing it back when I was in college, and I didn't really like it that much. I wasn't much of a fan of Tolkien, and this game is heavily influenced on Tolkien. Pretty much everything in Tolkien books are somewhere in the dungeon you're going to encounter in this game, and for the most part they're just trying to kill you. Whether they were good or bad in the books doesn't matter, they are trying to kill you in the game. So that, combined with the fact that it used ASCII graphics and some really primitive tiles back then, it didn't really look that attractive, and I just wasn't interested in learning it. Later on, when I found NetHack and started looking at all the different roguelike games, I got interested in it, and some of the variants, like Z Angband, that had kind of a Magic Gathering or Master of Magic type magic system, and now things like Post-Changband, Changband, Steamband. All are games that I have played extensively. Haven't done as much with Angband, but we're looking to solve that today. Another reason I didn't like the game was it had pretty crude interface. You had to memorize a lot of button combinations, it would seem, but now you can just hit enter and get most of your action commands here, which is really useful. We've already created a character. I made a human warrior. I would show the character generation, but apparently it crashes my recording software when I switch between the character creation and it generates the character, and I had to start recording the video again. So none of that, but you have not missed anything. We just, your basic character creation, lots of Tolkien type races, your standard classes, very generic, and then made a character. His strength is 18/20, intelligence 10, wisdom 9, dexterity 16, constitution 17. So you can see it uses old, I think that's Dungeons and Dragons, or Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. Looks like 1 and 2 for the stats there. Another nice feature of the game is you don't have to really take notes on monsters, which I do in a lot of these types of games, because if you die, you can load your character's save file and you will receive information about all the monsters that you've killed. If you remember, like if a worm or something breathed fire on you and you took that in your notes in your monster memory in the game, then that note will be on all future generations of characters. So that's pretty nice. The point of the game, if we go back up here, this is the exact tile where I started the game, is to get to level 100 of this dungeon and to slay Morgoth, which is going to be pretty difficult to do. I have never actually done it, or any of the other Angband-like games I've played. I've never actually successfully gotten to the last dungeon, as we will probably see later. If we look at our inventory here, I start with 3 rations of food, a potion of berserk strength, which might get me out of a bind, and a scroll of word of recall. So as I mentioned, you can transport, or you have to get to level 100 of the dungeon, so we probably aren't going to do that in one go or come anywhere close. Even if you're good, you might not do that in one go. So scroll of word of recall is very important. It lets you come back to town, or if you're in town, it lets you teleport to the last floor you're on in the dungeon. They're usually pretty expensive, but they are really good to get out of bad situations. Only problem is you have to wait, I believe, 50 turns before they start working. As I said, now we actually have some pretty attractive graphics here. Nice tile set, I like this. And let us see what we have here. A mangy looking leper. He is now dead. You can't see it because it doesn't display on the screen, but you actually have some other screens you can bring up, which show you like all your items that you have and what weapons you have. So I have those on the side, and if you have dual monitors, it's real nice. You can have like all your information. Say I have my dual monitors on my right-hand side. I can pretty much have all these windows that show me what monsters I can see, what items I have, all right at the ready. And squint-eyed rogue, flee to some terror, and I killed him. So let us look at the black market. This is usually where you can get some good items, but they're usually pretty expensive. I only have see how much gold I have. 244 AU, which is gold. Actually, a black market doesn't seem to have bad stuff right now, but I don't need any of that. Oh, let's see here. This is the alchemy shop, so I can get potions here. Potions of boldness. Scrolls of word of recall. I have one scroll of recall. Now, things can burn, destroy my scrolls, but I'm not going to encounter them in the first few levels. So I'm going to save my money. My home, where I can drop off items. So you have a limited amount of items you can carry at one time. Let's see if I can find a better weapon here. This is the temple. Let's see if I can find a better place to find a better weapon. Let's see, got some street urchins. These aren't even increasing my experience. Thanks, but no thanks, street urchins. Let's continue going along here. Got a magic shop. And a lot of urchins in this town. Auto pickup. Okay, so you can get me a rapier, which does 1d6, and it's also +2/+1, or a spear, or a whip. It's going to take all my money except for 10 gold, but I'm going to go ahead and get a rapier. So let us go ahead, and I want to buy. Examine P for purchase. Okay, purchase. I'm going to buy a rapier. And there I go. Then bring up my equip screen. Go ahead and take that off. And have to play a little and get used to controls here. I will wield my rapier. Alright, now, since I don't have any more money, let's go into the dungeon and see what trouble we can cause. So dungeons are randomly created. In fact, if I go back upstairs and come back downstairs, it'll be a completely different dungeon again. So there is no memory of the floor. So if I'm on floor 20 and I go down to floor 21 and I come back up to floor 20, it'll be completely different. A lot of people go, and as you can see, it says at the top, this seems like a tame, sheltered place. A lot of people use the information that it's going to randomly make dungeon floors to try to go and generate floors to their advantage. Sometimes it'll say, like, this place looks spooky or scary, things to that effect, which we'll probably see here. I don't know the exact words they use in the new updated version, which is 4.1.0, which I'll have a link to in the description on this YouTube page. But they know that if there are more monsters or more difficult monsters, there's also probably better items, so they go and kind of use that to get items. So we have some potions here we got. Let's pick these up. Get. And let's go ahead and kill the snake. He's going to flee in terror. And I have slain that snake. So I only need 7 more experience points to get to a next level. Go ahead and get this. I'm trying to hit comma because I'm used to playing ADOM recently. A white icky thing here. And I have slain the white icky thing. Now, I sure have a lot of these potions. Normally I would go ahead, in most games like this, I would go ahead and try one out just to see if it is, since I have 5, and that would kind of identify them. But I've done that before in Angband and found a potion of nitroglycerin, which killed me, which wouldn't be good. But you know what? It's early. Let's go ahead and try it. Okay, there's a potion to cure light wounds. If it had been nitroglycerin, it probably would have killed me. But now, I'm going to be able to survive a lot more because I have potions to cure light wounds. Another big thing, if you see on my light source, my torch has 4,903 turns left of light, and I have another torch. Torches are real important. Usually I buy a lantern. Oh, I hit a teleport trap. Get me some leather gloves here. Now I gotta wear leather gloves. Hopefully they're not cursed in any way. Let's continue on. Lots of scrolls here. Let's see. So I have 5 scrolls of cope. And that was a scroll of light. So we're getting some items identified. Got a giant centipede here. And so much for the giant centipede. Money it automatically picks up, which I like. I can get back to town with this stair. Ooh, neat looking wall here. A magma vein, so if I could dig into that. Has treasure in there. You can go mining in the dungeon, which is a good source of income. You can find gold and valuable gems. So let us go downstairs. Seems like a tame, sheltered place, and if I go back up, you will see it's a completely different area. So I'm going to go back down, find this frog, and I made it to level 2. Look at my character here. So this game reminds me a lot of kind of what Blizzard did with Diablo. It's kind of almost a turn-based Diablo. And from what I remember, poison gas trap. Diablo was originally supposed to be a turn-based roguelike. Then Blizzard kind of went another direction with that, and I am going to wait around and see if I can get over my blind. In fact, let me see if one of these potions of light wounds will. Okay, there we go. I don't know if that potion helped, because it says I just blinked and my eyes got better. That might have been all I had to do, and stumble on a trap, a horn blast sounds. Lots of traps in the game. Slaying a fruit bat. And goody, there's an acolyte somewhere, and he is casting stuff at me, and a cave spider was there. Okay, I just want to go. Okay, I'm terrified, huh? Yeah, now the acolyte's fleeing in terror. All right. So let's see. He dropped a book. I doubt I can use this book because I am a warrior. I only have 10 intelligence, 9 wisdom. That doesn't really strike me as the type of person who's going to be using it, but use an item. Yeah, I don't even think I can. All right, and let us inspect the book. Can be destroyed by fire. Well, yeah. So I don't have any choice of that. Yeah, because if... See, this is nice. You go and just bring up your inventory. You click on it, and it'll tell you all the stuff you can do with it. You can inspect it, figure out what it does. Because used to it didn't do that. Used to you had to remember all these commands. And I am now confused. This guy's stealing from me. Who are you? An apprentice. So he can cast spells. Okay. Stupid cut purse. Okay, for some reason it won't let me go past this horn trap. I don't know why. Go ahead and cure my wounds. So I guess we got to find another way out of this dungeon. Luckily, there are usually multiple staircases. Slaying the blue yeek. Let's look at a map here. Oh, okay. So there's the map. So there's the staircase going up. It looks like I can get this way. Now this is a game you want to take your time when you're playing. You don't want to go fast, because sometimes going fast you can run into monsters, and some monsters can kill you in a couple of hits. You really got to watch yourself. Especially later in the game, you'll start encountering monsters that can breathe, and sometimes you'll literally just encounter them and they'll kill you, or they'll kill you off screen, which is kind of annoying. They say you really need to know, if you're on level 10 of the dungeon, or you're down 10 floors, that hey, these types of creatures can spawn, so you really need to have these types of resistances. So always good advice. Know how you see what resistances you have. Oh, here we go. So you can see here all the different resistances. You have resist electric, acid, fire, and then they show you your rating as far as how much you're resisting or if you absorb them. You want to destroy some of these monsters, like if you find worm masses and stuff, they will rapidly spawn. Oh, another potion. See, light purple potions. So let's go ahead and, get those. We'll quaff one. Slimy mold juice. Well, sorry I made my guy drink mold juice, but hey, when you're exploring a dungeon, that is like the drink of explorers everywhere in dungeons. Good old mold juice. Some more potions of cure light wounds. Here comes a centipede. Actually, I might have enough to go to level 4. No. Slaying the fruit bat. Get another book of prayers, which I can't use. One more experience. You feel righteous. Got a scroll of blessing. So far in the whole identifying items, I have not really been hurt, which is good. Sometimes when you're identifying scrolls in these games, you'll find a lot of bad scrolls, which is not what I wanted in my first episode. I already had enough takes where I was just trying to get the game to let me record. Stairs going down, but right now I'm going back to town. I got a lot of stuff here. Let's look at my inventory. I'm going to try to sell these books. Now, I could use my scroll of recall, but these are expensive, and then I can use the scroll of recall in town to get back to where I was in a dungeon, but I'm still at a pretty low level, so there's no real point in doing that yet. We want to start creating a nice source of income. You know what, let's go down. Maybe we'll find some. Okay, so we found something cool. We made it level 4, and we got some rations of food, which I definitely need. Some sort of pink potion. No clue what it does. You feel there are not but cobwebs here, so it doesn't sound like there's a lot on this level. Killed a salamander. Okay, I'm going to go back up. Seems like a tame, sheltered place. So really in the beginning, I'm just trying to get some items. Let's quaff this orange potion. Neutralize poison, which is going to come in handy because there are a lot of enemies in this game that like to do status effects. I mean, we were on level 2, and what did I get hit with? Confusion. I was terrified. More cure light wounds. So yeah, you need to kind of be prepared for all the different status ailments this game likes to throw at you. And if you can't cure one, you need to be prepared to have something on you that resists it. In fact, it's better just to resist them in the first place. Okay, so a white centipede woke up. Wakey wakeys. Ooh, there's some good treasure in here. Well, let's finish exploring this. So we stay away from floating eyes. Anyone that plays NetHack, Dungeons & Dragons, pretty much any game knows those floating eyes will paralyze you. And so where are these potions? A nice thing that you can't see, but on the screen that I have on term 4, let me show you how you bring it up. If you hit equal, user interface options, well, that's not doing it, but sub-window setup. So I can set up other windows that say display the messages in the game, display my inventory and equipment. But I have one that shows me what items I can see, and it also shows me their location relative to me. So it says these 4 Vespertine potions are 2 to the south, and now I'm right on top of them. And let me try quaffing one of these, since I got 4. And hey, I'm confused. Great. So you know what? Let's just wait until I'm no longer confused. Okay. So now I know a potion of confusion. Now there is, last I checked, let me go ahead and look at my inventory here. Oh, so I can throw these now. Used to, I don't think you could throw them in this game. And so you'd have a bunch of potions that wouldn't do you any good. Like I said, it's been a while since I've played the original Angband. And it was, I don't even think it was version 3.0. So, now that I know I can throw potions, I might be throwing some at monsters rather than drinking them to test them out. So let's go on back up. We are back in town. No monsters that speak of. So this is Farmer Maggot. He is a unique monster. So let's look at him real quick. And he is probably going to complain about his mushrooms or something. He's asking me about Fang. It says, do you want to buy mushrooms? Fang is one of his dogs that you'll encounter in the dungeon. So if I keep attacking him, he's going to whine about his mushrooms and his dog. I'm going to attack him because he is a unique character. He's not fighting back, which is good. There's one monster that's unique that comes up pretty quick called Fresca. It's a cat who I'm sure was in the Tolkien books and probably just a really nice cat. But that cat slays more people playing Angband than probably any other creature in this game. He is very difficult for when you encounter him because he probably gets 3 or 4 attacks. He's fleeing in terror. Okay. Sorry, farmer, but you have to die. And I killed him. Very good. And he dropped a bunch of arrows. I was hoping he would drop something a little better. So I have 60 gold now, which should let me buy. Let's see what we got here. So I could use some leather boots. Let's go ahead and buy some leather boots here. I guess have to hit P for purchase. And I just want 1. And go ahead and buy hard leather cap or metal sheet. Yeah, let's go ahead and start purchasing all this stuff. What? Oh, I only had 60 gold. My bad. I was thinking at the beginning of the game where I had a lot more. Wait, let me see something here. Okay, I thought that the little sprite updated with a thing showing us wearing the cap, kind of like it does in Tome, but I guess not. So let us put, oh yeah, I got to hit W to wear. Put on my hard leather cap. Right, Swin the chicken. And keep going here. I need to go to the black market. Sometimes they give you tips like that. Let's see here, sell. So I do not need these books. I don't think he gave me like $2 for them. And oh, I'm giving him the dagger. No. Sell. No. Sell. Nope, you don't get that. See if he'll let me sell him anything. No. He just thinks I'm going to give him all this stuff. I'll do that. Alright, so they really don't want to buy any of my stuff. But hey, I killed this mercenary and I got some potions out of it. Let's find somebody to throw them at. Okay, I don't see anyone to throw them at. So with that, we've been playing for about 26 minutes. We got through the first couple of floors. So I'm going to keep playing this. This will be episode 51, hopefully, and many more. I'm going to play until we die. I don't know, after about 6 or 7 episodes, I'll probably just film one long one of me, seeing how far I can get. But yeah, hopefully we can get pretty far in this game. So far it's going well. If you have been playing this game for a long time or remember what it was like 15, 20 years ago, how frustrating it was having to remember all these keystrokes when now you can just hit enter and get all these nice menus. The game has come a long way. It's a lot more fun. No sound. Well, actually, I did enable sound, but I don't hear anything. No music or anything like that. But hey, this is one of the first games to branch out once Rogue was created. And then from it, a lot of games came from it. So if you liked this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Remember, subscribe to the channel so you can see the continuation of our playthrough of Angband. And until next time, I hope you have a great evening. Goodbye.